My name is Stephen USSR Robinson, and thank you for watching Sporting Icons.
Okay, so I've been asked quite a few times now what my thoughts are on Wladimir Klitschko potentially joining the gym of Anthony Joshua in camp to prepare for Tyson Fury. Now, I did a video 3-4 weeks ago on Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather said he's looking forward to hooking up with Anthony Joshua, etc, etc. But of course, this Wladimir Klitschko one came out because Pro Bees, my man Pro Bees, big up to him for Pep Talk, he raided the gym of Anthony Joshua as he has done beforehand, said, yo AJ, what's up? We're doing an interview, all right? Sit your ass down, we're going to have a chat. Now, pick up Pro Bees. So within this interview, of course, he was asked about Floyd Mayweather, and Anthony Joshua says that Floyd Mayweather is very welcome to come join him, as is Wladimir Klitschko. Now, if you're a huge Anthony Joshua fan and you want Anthony Joshua to beat Tyson Fury, you'd probably be a bit more confident if, say, given the choice between Wladimir Klitschko and Floyd Mayweather, that Wladimir Klitschko would be there. And that's probably for a number of reasons, because we can look at the whole Floyd Mayweather situation, him joining camp, what's he really going to bring? Firstly, Floyd Mayweather, when it comes to the shoulder rolls and how he moves and his punch selection of not being hit and all that kind of stuff, he can do it, but can he teach it? It's one thing to just know how to do something, it's another thing to be able to teach it. And again, Floyd Mayweather, welterweight. Anthony Joshua, heavyweight. So obviously Joshua, he can't move the same way that a welterweight does. But of course, Tyson Fury at times, he does do the shoulder rolls and he is very, very elusive. So maybe Joshua's thinking as far as Floyd Mayweather comes in is maybe Floyd can teach him how to set traps for that kind of style. Maybe, we don't know. But when it comes to Wladimir Klitschko, there's some interesting dynamics because firstly, a lot of it is going to be entirely dependent on what Tyson Fury turns up for this fight. Is he going to turn up the way that he fought Wladimir Klitschko? Is he going to turn up the way that he fought Deontay Wilder in the rematch? What style is it going to be? Is he going to mix it? It must be an absolute nightmare to try and predict what kind of style that Tyson Fury is going to turn up in, because they're both polar opposites, complete opposites. Defensive fighter or front foot fighter. Which one is it going to be? Now, with the style of Wladimir Klitschko, well, his style, especially over his last 10 years as a professional, obviously he had the likes of Manny Stewart in his corner, Kronk. Okay, Manny Stewart, of course, is the uncle to Javon Sugar Hill, Tyson Fury's current trainer, who's been teaching Tyson Fury the Kronk style. So there's the interesting dynamic, there's kind of the connection. Obviously, Sugar Hill and Wladimir Klitschko will know each other very, very well. They would have spent a fair bit of time around each other. So Wladimir will know what it is that Sugar Hill is teaching Tyson. Of course he will. So that's going to be very, very interesting. But at the same time also, Wladimir Klitschko has fought Tyson Fury. He has been in the ring with Tyson Fury when Fury was doing the herky-jerky style, when he was doing the shoulder roll, and when he was being elusive, when he was staying behind the jab, when he wasn't really engaged and when he was on the back foot for a lot of the fight, where he was confusing Wladimir Klitschko with the feints. I mean, how many feints did Tyson Fury throw in that fight? Countless, countless. I wouldn't want to sit there and count them all. There were so many that Wladimir Klitschko didn't know how to handle it. But of course, with Tyson Fury getting the victory, the rematch was supposed to have happened. Did the rematch happen because Tyson Fury fell down in depression? Or did the rematch not happen because Tyson Fury, maybe he looked at Wladimir Klitschko and said, right, well, Klitschko, now he knows what to expect. I can't do any more, therefore he's probably going to beat me, as a lot of people have suggested. Me personally, I think it is actually the depression thing. But it's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. But again, Wladimir Klitschko, of course, he's a former Olympic gold medalist, an outstanding amateur, and as a professional, won pretty much everything other than the WBC belt. But, of course, the WBC belt he couldn't win because his brother Vitaly, he held that for the longest time. But Wladimir Klitschko, he's been around multiple trainings. He knows how to set up the camp. He knows all that. So for me, I think if you really, really want Anthony Joshua to beat Tyson Fury, out of the two, Floyd and Wladimir, personally, I will go with Wladimir. That's just my personal view on that. But again, I don't know what kind of repertoire, what kind of arsenal that Floyd Mayweather will be able to give Anthony Joshua, again, in quite a short period of time during one camp. If it was done over a couple of camps, okay, but for one camp, that's going to be quite difficult. But at least with Wladimir Klitschko, he's a heavyweight. He understands what Anthony Joshua should be able to do and what he can't do as a heavyweight. Wladimir Klitschko will understand the Kronk style that Sugar Hill is teaching Tyson, if Tyson implements Kronk style, which you would kind of expect that at times he would do, because Sugar Hill, he's not a defensive coach. But again, Tyson just knows how to do it. Tyson knows how to adapt. Tyson knows when he should move and when he shouldn't move. But at times, Tyson does switch off. And that's when it could be a huge, huge problem for Tyson if Joshua catches him. I know some Tyson Fury fans seem to think that because he got dropped by Deontay Wilder and got up, there's no way that Joshua will be able to land on him and he won't get back up. That ain't true at all. Not even close to it. Joshua could end Fury like he can end anybody with either hand. He can do it. But ultimately, Fury, he's got the heart of an absolute warrior. That is for sure. And for him to be on the canvas and not make the 10 count, it's going to have to be something where he's pretty much been nailed to the canvas. Otherwise, he's getting up and he'll take more of a beating if necessary. But his powers of recovery are pretty phenomenal. But anyway, I think that Wladimir Klitschko would be a very good choice. Besides that, I think it's always good for Joshua to have boxing people around him. People who have been there, done it. People where he can sit down, have dinner, have a coffee, and talk about boxing. Share stories. Share ideas. It's ideal, really, isn't it? For me, I think Wladimir Klitschko would be a very, very good choice, if it was to happen. Anyway, as I said before, big up Pro Bs. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you on the next video.